the letter R. Let's talk about it. Everyone else is. So the letter R in English, not talking about Spanish, not talking about French, any other language. In English, the letter R represents a sound that is actually a vowel. And the professionals know this. They're just not so interested in you knowing it because from the time that you're a little child going to preschool, kindergarten, first grade, etc., you're told that R is a consonant. Well, it's not. Not in the English language. In the English language, the R represents the sound. Now, let's just to confirm here, if you do a search, is R a vowel? This is probably the first search result that will come up. I think this is from PBS, The Scholarly Kitchen. A fun video today for the language mavens out there. PBS's Other Words takes a look at this most unique letter and asks whether it should be considered a vowel. The short answer is that it depends on where you're from and how you pronounce it. Well, you're from another language. Okay, this is English. We're talking about English. This is written in English, right? We're looking at a page written in English. In the English world, it doesn't matter where you're from in the English world, the standard U.S. rhotic pronunciation does fit all of the requirements of vowelhood. Yes, if it fits all the requirements, that means it's a vowel. What are the requirements of vowelhood? Well, number one, you have to produce it with your vocal cords. Number two, it has to come out your mouth. Number three, you should be able to sustain it until you run out of breath. Number four, it should sound the same from beginning to end if it's a pure vowel. And I only call pure vowels vowels myself personally. I don't call diphthongs, which are two vowels in quick succession. I don't call those vowels. Those are a combination. Those are combo vowels, right? It's a combination, one vowel after another. So yes, the letter R is a vowel, and it represents the sound. Notice I said I could have gone on for several more seconds. It sounds the same consistently from beginning to end. It's from the vocal cords. It comes out my mouth. It has all of the attributes. It meets all the qualifications of any other pure monophthong vowel, such as ah, ah. We use that in words like bought, rot, dot, not, hot, etc. Now you might say, well, what about the word error? You see that down here. E-R-R-O-R, error. We don't say error. That's because we don't actually pronounce that O in there. What we actually say is error. Error. So to spell it properly, it would be E-R-R-R. Why would it be E-R-R-R? Well, because the E is actually the sound. And when you do followed by you get air. That's how you spell air. E-R. That's it. It's that simple. There's no need for this A-E-R-O, arrow, or A-I-R, none of that jazz. Then the next R is the consonant styled, the simulated consonant R. How do we do that? Well, we use the W effect, to put it simply, but there's other ways that you can do it. You can use your tongue to cut the volume and boost it, and various mouth tricks that you can do to get the R to function like it's a simulated consonant. but mainly it's the W effect if you're really going to let your mouth run free. A ventriloquist has to, do some other things, but if we're using our mouth freely, we're going to drop our jaw, make the W, stuff like that, to really emphasize and separate, because error is 2 syllables. Error is 1 syllable with an elongated so error is 2 syllables, and you've got to make the R work like a consonant by using the W effect. Now you can do that with other vowels as well. In fact, you can add the W effect to any vowel. So if you look at the word right here, coordinate or coordinate, coordinate. Co is the first syllable. Wardinate is, those are the remaining 3 syllables. Coordinate. Notice the W effect. Coordinate. Coordinate. You're doing the same thing with what we, all accept is a vowel, the O. The O sound. Oh. Yeah, it's also a monophthong, although the professionals will tell you that it's an followed by an oo. Oh, 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 boat. And it sort of sometimes is, but it's also a monophthong, and probably the best demonstration of that is done by that Mexican soccer / international football play-by-play announcer who famously says goal for, like an hour and a half straight. And he's saying the O sound continuously, demonstrating for the whole world that it's a bloody freaking monophthong. So I got sidetracked. The point is that, yes, in the English language, the letter R represents a vowel. So if we go to, if you do a search, I use DuckDuckGo as my search engine, and you search for IPA chart with sounds, the first one that's going to come up is this www.ipachart.com. And it's terrible, because the sounds are not spoken by an American. They're spoken by, I don't know, some foreigner who sounds like he's having a bowel movement at the same time, and, in a very sickly way. They're not smooth. But if you look for the letter R, okay, here it is. And
Ra,
you listen to
arra,
that.
ra,
Okay, that's a
arra.
trilled. That's a trilled R. We don't do that in English. It's actually more like a D sound that's being trilled, not an R. But whether you want to call it a trilled D or a trilled R, that letter represents a trilling consonant, which actually is a consonant. For us, we get the upside down R, and
Ra,
it's being used as
arra.
if it's a consonant, right? So again, IPAchart.com is misrepresenting the true nature of the sound in English, because this upside down R should be on the vowel chart, not on the consonant chart, because it's That's all it is. Rabbit, right? So you just do and then add an abbot. Rabbit. Rink. 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 So So you might think that there's something special going on that makes it a consonant. No, it's just a very brief and that's all it takes. It only takes a very brief for your brain to hear that, recognize it, and know that that's not the same as ink. It's rink, rink, rink. Um, and like I said, you can do some W effects and other things that you can do that with any vowel to make it function like a consonant or simulate a consonant. But it's ultimately it's and it's a vowel. It has this unique raspy quality to it, but and I don't know what causes that, but yeah, it's a vowel.